Ghana is building, quietly, relentlessly, and with purpose. Across Tema and Pong, the thrum of industry rises like a drumline, steel being cut, concrete poured, and foundations set for the next decade of growth. Inside this momentum stands a name that's starting to turn heads on Ghana's industrial skyline: Star Cement, a new greenfield cement facility taking shape in the Tema-Pong industrial corridor. It's not just another factory, it's a statement that Ghana intends to make more of what it uses, right here at home. Instagram, Seek Ghana. For years, Ghana's construction boom has relied on a blend of imported inputs and local grinding capacity. Ports have been busy. Trucks have never stopped. From housing estates to highways and interchanges, demand for cement has been the heartbeat driving everything from road dualizations to new malls. But every acceleration invites a question. How do you secure enough cement at stable prices with fewer supply shocks? One answer is simple and powerful. Add local capacity, invest in newer plants, and produce more, closer to where projects rise. That is the promise behind the Star Cement factory now being built in the Pong industrial area, just inland from the upgraded Tema port and near some of Ghana's busiest logistics arteries. Seek Ghana. If you drive through the heavy industrial zone today, you'll spot the unmistakable signs of a major build. Slipform cores climbing, silos taking shape, earthworks graded to millimetre precision. In early 2024, a key construction milestone went public: the slipform casting launch for the greenfield Star Cement facility in Tema, a visual proof point that this project is real and rising. For Ghana's construction ecosystem, developers, contractors, block makers, and mega project planners, this is the kind of news that changes spreadsheets and schedules. Instagram. Let's set the bigger picture. Ghana's cement scene is more dynamic than ever. Alongside familiar brands, the country has welcomed a new LC3, limestone calcined clay cement, wave, a landmark move aimed at reducing clinker imports, shrinking carbon footprints, and using more local raw materials. In April 2025, a $100 million LC3 plant was commissioned in Tema, described by industry press as the world's largest LC3 facility, operated by CBI Ghana, Supacem. That project is separate from Star Cement, but together they sketch a power pong. This is what a self-reliant building economy looks like: multiple players, more resilient supply, and technology that bends costs and emissions downward over time. Semnet, the BFT online global cement graphic online. So what makes the Star Cement build strategically smart? First, location. The Pong industrial belt is a logistics sweet spot. It links to the Tema port expansion, to inland distribution routes fanning out toward Greater Accra and beyond, and to a dense cluster of suppliers, contractors, and customers. Locating heavy industry here reduces last-mile friction, shortens delivery cycles, and can stabilize pricing by trimming transport costs, critical for contractors bidding on fixed-price jobs. The Simone Group's portfolio of heavy industrial works in Tema underscores why builders choose this zone: big plots, strong utilities, and proximity to port and motorways. Desimone Limited Estate Intel. Second, timing. Ghana's pipeline of projects, roads, interchanges, housing, warehousing, and commercial spaces demands steady volumes. Capacity coming online during a sustained build cycle tends to gain traction fast. Block makers adopt a reliable brand, large contractors lock in supply agreements, and retail distributors push volume across peri-urban growth fronts. When capacity scales in Tema/Pong, it doesn't just meet demand, it often reshapes it, encouraging developers to move faster on stalled plans because the supply outlook looks healthier. Third, industrial signaling. New cement plants project confidence. They say, capital trusts Ghana's future, management is betting on long-term demand, and supply chains are being re-anchored locally. That signaling matters for lenders, real estate developers, and foreign partners assessing the risk of multi-year projects. A greenfield cement facility isn't a pop-up. It's a 20 to 30-year commitment that can steady the entire construction value chain. Ghana is building. Ghana's new chapter in industrial self-reliance, rising right now in Tema. It's the quiet powerhouse behind every mega project people love to film. Interchanges, flyovers, ports, factories and estates. Stable cement supply means fewer project delays. More competition can mean saner prices. Closer plants mean shorter hauls and lower freight risk. Raw material reception and handling. Limestone or other inputs arrive by truck. Weighbridges, conveyors and dust control kick in immediately. Pre-processing and milling. Crushing, blending and grinding work to exact recipes, because consistency is everything in cement. Silos and packing. Finished cement moves to bulk silos for tanker loading or packing plants for 50-kilogram bags, destined for block yards, retail depots, and big job sites. Quality and labs. Every batch is tested. Setting times, strength classes, and fineness must hit targets minute by minute. Better consistency means fewer cracks. Stronger early strength means faster formwork cycles, and cleaner processes mean communities breathe easier. Now spotlight Tema's two-track story. On one lane, Star Cement is adding hard capacity in a prime industrial zone. On the parallel lane, CBI Ghana's LC3 plant accelerates clinker substitution with local clay and limestone, cutting import dependence and emissions. This isn't brand confusion, it's industrial synergy. Different corporate flags, shared national benefits, jobs, skills, local sourcing, and more resilient supply. It's also a signal to builders. If you're planning a 12-month project, supply looks stronger. If you're planning a 5-year build-out, it looks smarter. The BFT Online Global Cement. Because modern audiences care how things are built. Dust and noise management. Explain how watering haul roads, enclosing conveyors, and using bag filters can reduce particulate emissions near communities. Water stewardship. Closed-loop systems and stormwater management protect nearby drains and lagoons. Local jobs and training. Concrete isn't just material, it's livelihoods. Plant builds are a boot camp for welders, electricians, masons, riggers, heavy equipment operators, and laboratory technicians. Supplier networks, quarries, transporters, packaging, and maintenance vendors all gain from a steady anchor tenant like a cement plant. On-the-ground credibility. Note that De Simone's project roster in Tema includes heavy industrial builds and explicitly references Star Cement as one of the industrial projects in its portfolio. Established Ghanaian contractors are the ones bringing the site to life, with the experience to hit schedule and quality targets. De Simone Limited, at the midpoint, widen the lens to market dynamics. Cement is a price-sensitive, regulation-watched product in Ghana. When new capacity arrives, it can improve competition and availability. Parallel shifts like LC3 adoption also matter, because local raw materials reduce exposure to foreign exchange swings tied to imported clinker. In April and May 2025, Ghanaian media and trade outlets highlighted LC3's launch and purpose: cut import dependence, cut emissions, and secure supply for the build-out ahead. Shift to what this means for builders. Block makers get steadier supply for high-volume orders, critical in peak building seasons. Road and bridge contractors can schedule poor windows with greater confidence. Developers can budget with fewer last-minute price shocks. Government projects benefit from shorter procurement lead times. With Star Cement ramping up nearby, they can switch to early week pickups, tighten inventory turns, and promise next-day delivery to customers. The point isn't the brand, it's the proximity and predictability that keeps small businesses growing. Add a technology explainer your viewers will love, and more agile, whether receiving machinery, moving bulk materials, or distributing finished product by road to Greater Accra, Central, Eastern, and Volta regions.